Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Kathie Owen, certified fitness trainer and life coach since 2002, teaching others the Stop the Mind Screw process. On this channel, we talk about fitness, growth mindset, habits, and even some reality transurfing. It's Tuesday, so we are talking transurfing on Tuesday. Today's episode is all about charm and finding love for yourself. And we're going to discuss a quote from the book, Reality Transurfing, and let's get into the episode. The quote of the day is this quote right here. No one who has not yet learned to love themselves, who is self-critical, begrudges their work, lives in mental turmoil, or is at odds with their own soul can ever radiate the beauty of charm. The conflict between the heart and the mind is reflected in a person's outward appearance and character. If a person is happy and has learned to love themselves, if they enjoy life and do what they want to do, then they will exude a certain inner light, which indicates that the mind is attuned to the soul's frail. New Zealand Reality Transurfing. Today's quote can be difficult to seep in, especially when you struggle with doubt, fear, and indecision. And who doesn't? Because let's face it, who really loves themselves all the time and who is not self critical from time to time and even begrudges their daily work? But the secret is revealed in the next part of the quote. There is a conflict between the heart and the mind. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. And it happens to be the main premise of Stop the Mind Screw. And the answer lies in finding flow in everything you do. So today we're going to talk about that. I also like referring to Steve Jobs' commencement speech oftentimes, especially this part of the quote that relates to today's episode. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. That is from Steve Jobs' commencement speech. Notice how he says, have the courage, because it's going to take courage to follow your heart, especially when we do not feel that love for ourselves, or we are self critical and begrudging of our work, or we're just unsure of the next step. I remember many times in my life when I did not know my direction, but it always paid off when I stepped back and listened to my heart. But how does one do that? Take my connect the dots story of my online business and how I got to where I am today. Yes, I connected the dots looking backwards, but there were several things that I did along the way that really got me out of flow. Whereas if I had listened to my heart, I would have saved myself a lot of money, a lot of heartache, and a lot of time. But what happened to me was, and I'll link the story in the show notes and the description. But I listened to Amy Porterfield, and she is an online business coach. And she is good at what she does. And she just like herds the people in by the numbers. And really and truly, she's inauthentic and she doesn't align with my core values, which is why I didn't align with her. But back in the day, or at least a couple of years ago, I thought if I bought into huge platforms like Kajabi and spent money on expensive coaches like Amy, my dreams would land in my lap like all of their other clients that they so boast about. But there's other things going on behind the scenes, and they did not align with me and my core values. They were so out of alignment. And that is where my heart and mind coordination did not align up. Because basically, I thought if I had all the beautiful bells and whistles, the customers would come and be so impressed that they would subscribe to my email list and maybe buy all the wonderful and bells and whistles products that I had on Kajabi or through Amy Porterfield. That was not the case. Because I was wrong. I was not following my heart. A number one. I switched from Kajabi to Squarespace in February of this year, and I slowly started returning to listening to my heart, and I slowly started to find flow. I started following the messages of my main mentor and coach, Joseph Rodriguez. And when I did this, I created a definite chief aim that would use the power of my subconscious mind and change the trajectory of my path to where I am today. Today, I stay persistent and consistent. And it takes courage, like Steve Jobs says, but I always find flow. Now, 95% of the time, I'm in flow. And slowly but surely, I find that my heart has led me to the right place. And charm and magnetism follow me wherever I go. And it has to do with following my heart and dreaming big, like I talk about in my Dream Big Notion journal. I actually find flow in everything I do. But sometimes flow can leave you. You can get frustrated or angry or just out of sorts. But I have found that when that happens, my heart is pulling me in another direction, and I listen to those pulls. So, what am I to do next? I ask, and the answer comes one answer at a time. How do I know it's the right thing? Because I'm in flow. That is my gauge every single time. In positive psychology, a flow state, also known as being in the zone, is the state in which a person performing some activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement, and enjoyment in the process of the activity. In essence, flow is characterized by the complete absorption in what one does and a resulting transformation in one sense of time. So do you lose track of time and you just enjoy it? It's almost like it, no, it isn't almost like it is like when we were kids and we were just having fun and you lost track of time. That is what flow is. When one is out of flow, one of the best things you can do is just step away. And maybe it's just for a few moments and then come back. But by stepping away, I don't mean procrastinating and totally avoiding that thing that you don't like to do because there will always be things you don't like to do. For example, I'm trying new formats on my video recording and also editing service. And I get frustrated with the challenge that it presents to me. But flow is where challenge meets skill. And I've learned that if I step away and come back and maybe re record the episode where I kind of glitched up something, it makes it totally different. And that is how you know you're in flow, but you step away. Like maybe it's to step away could be just taking a walk outside or take a quick nap or even watch a YouTube video or read a book on something you're trying to learn at the time. And maybe something that's totally different from, in my case, video editing and recording videos. Because the funny thing that happens about that break is the answer will come. And you can even say a quick prayer or Ho'oponopono. I did an episode on that not too long ago. And then step back into what it was you were doing and watch it change. It will be different. Try it sometime soon. And let me know how that works for you. And let me know if the beauty of charm, which is flow, returns to your mind and your heart. Are you on my email list? Consider joining today. We offer exclusive stories that relate to the Transurfing on Tuesday episode, a download on how to deal with pendulums and identify your destructive and constructive pendulums so you can spend your energy where you want. And there's bonus content in there as well, the Stop the Mind Screw and Reality Transurfing, a mental diet resource guide, a definite chief aim template, and more. I sure hope to see you there. All right, that's my episode for today. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. If you know someone who can benefit from this, please share it with them and join me next week for Transurfing on Tuesday, where we discuss balanced forces and excess potential. I hope to see you there. Until next time, I'll see you next time. Peace out and namaste.